Hey. Welcome back to Thugging It Out. Thugging It Out is a platform where we create a safe space to acknowledge, experience, and overcome real life issues in a positive and healthy way. Before we get into our episode, I just want to take some time to give it up for our first interactive episode. We went live on this motherhood panel and it was a success because we had good conversation. The moms was able to vent. We were able to support each other. We were able to really get into some things. And it was just an awesome conversation, an awesome experience. And first, I want to say thank you to all the wonderful mothers that came onto the panel. But also, announcement, we are running it back next week. This upcoming Saturday at 6 p.m. We will be live again on the YouTube channel, which is Thugging It Out Podcast. So make sure y'all go like, follow, comment, and subscribe so that y'all could be ready for the new panel, which will be this upcoming Saturday. And if you have missed the live and you weren't able to catch it, make sure you go check it out on our YouTube page and tell a friend to tell a friend. But I want to say thank y'all because y'all really been supporting your girl. Y'all was live and active in the chat. Y'all been watching it. Y'all subscribe. Y'all been telling y'all friends. And for that, I am grateful. And I really just want to say thank you. And I love y'all. And we just going to continue thugging it out. Because if I really be 100% honest, the main purpose of me starting this platform, this podcast, was to create a space where we all could come together. We all could vent. We all could heal. And we all could empower each other and just give people a place where they feel safe, that they could talk, that they could discuss, and they could just be themselves. So I just want to say thank y'all because for that, it makes me want to keep going. And I already know that it's just going to continuously get better with time. And while y'all following the YouTube channel, Thugging It Out Podcast, make sure you follow us on Instagram too. Because if y'all have not noticed already, I give y'all morning videos every day of the week. And it's just to give y'all some morning motivation to get up, get out, and do something. And our Instagram is _ Thugging It Out Instagram. I'm saying, oh my goodness. Brain fart. Our Instagram is _ Thugging It Out _ So make sure y'all go follow that as well. So let's hop into this episode. Today we are in part 7 of Perfecting the Process series. We are very close to the finish line, and I want to say that I'm just proud of y'all so far because it takes a lot to find your purpose and even more to live out your purpose. So kudos to us for making it to part 7. This week, our focus is commitment and discipline. These two things are something that our entire generation don't have. Like, it's just gone. In our microwavable society, commitment is frowned upon and discipline doesn't even exist. And it is exactly why majority of us are not living a purposeful life and simply just going through life off a hope and a dream. And if you didn't know, it is not working. We all need to reintroduce commitment and discipline back into our lives. And I know we are used to just being trendy and we love our freedom and we like being spontaneous and gone with the wind. But we need to get back to what worked. We need to get back to what helped us, and we need to get back to living our purpose, which means that we have to get back to having commitment and discipline in the framework of our lives. And I understand that we are still healing and that strictness from our parents that they had when we were growing up makes it very hard for us to even think about discipline or just to follow the rules. But I'm telling you that we have to have some type of structure in our life. We have to stop playing and start commit to ourselves, commit to the process, and commit to our purpose, as well as have discipline. That way we could actually follow through on our plan. So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but commitment and discipline is necessary. It's a requirement, and it's the only way that we can really ensure that we fulfill our purpose. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is that we live a purposeful life, and at the end of our days that we have actually reached our peak. So let's debunk commitment. Commitment is being dedicated to a cause or a pledge or undertaking. That is the simple dictionary definition. So, commitment is just basically you agreeing to see something through. Simple, right? Commitment is just you agreeing to see something through. It's very simple. And as I say that, it really got me wondering, and kind of a light bulb went off, and it's like, oh, okay. If commitment is simply you agreeing to see something through, then why so many of y'all afraid of marriage? Like, huh? And don't get me wrong, marriage is not for everybody, but why are we so afraid of marriage in today's society? Why? And what makes that come up is because lately I've been on this podcast panel every Sunday, Talk of the Family. It's on YouTube as well, and you can follow the YouTube page at Talk of the Family Podcast, and it streams every Sunday at 5 p.m. So, yeah, everybody on there is always talking about marriage is not for me, marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage is this, and marriage is that. But if we really just keep it real and keep it a buck, marriage is just simply you agreeing to commit to one person and follow through with your partner, which is, to me, very simple. But I guess if you apply the death do you part to the end of it, kind of makes it scary, but at the same time, not really, because I don't see how we could be scared of marriage, but we take on commitments all the time. And you're like, what you trying to say? Like, when I say commitments, I mean like we take on kids, student loans, or even jail sentences. Like, so many of us, and I'm going to just speak on the Black community because I'm Black, so many of us have no problem with having babies without any type of protection. We have no problem risking our freedom for something dumb. But we are afraid of marriage, which sometimes get us some type of protection if it's done right. And keyword, if it's done right. I'm never going to tell somebody to get married to somebody that's not healthy. But if you have a healthy partner, you're healthy, a marriage can be healthy, and it could be a good thing. And as I furtherly talk this out to y'all, it got me thinking that we as a people are just afraid of things that are good for us, which is very problematic. And I know y'all probably like, wait a minute, what? Because I just stated marriage, when it's done right, it can be healthy for us. Dieting can be healthy for us. Exercise is healthy for us. School, learning how, adding more knowledge to our lives is healthy. Starting a business can be healthy, and living out your purpose is healthy. And these are all things that we just refuse to do out of fear that it will not work. So this is your reminder, people, that we need to turn over a new leaf and that we need to make healthiness our standard, because we can't keep doing what we're doing. If y'all have not noticed, it is not working. We must learn how to commit to the things that are good for us. And the best place to start is with your purpose. Through this process, you have found your purpose. You have made your plan. You got the goals. And all you need now is to commit to the process. Make a declaration to yourself that you will see it through. Take on the oath that regardless of what, you will see it through. Make the commitment to put in the work and follow the path so you can fulfill the purpose God put in you. Because we already know, things are about to get real and that this journey will not be easy. Because we already know when things are healthy for us, it's harder. We established that last week. We are aware of the obstacles and know that anything worth having is not going to be easy. It's something that we have to put the work in. And that is why we have to commit. Commitment is necessary. And when you commit to something, you make it a priority. When you commit, you work a little harder and you don't mind busting a sweat or getting your hands dirty. Because that's what commitment is about. And that's why I say that we as a people are afraid of marriage, going back to that point. And I'm not one of these people that's going to always say, oh, marriage, this. But I'm just going to make a statement because I feel as if marriage is either for you or not for you. But I feel like it's too many people who say it's not for them, but with invalid reasons. Because commitment shows somebody, either gender, a man or a woman, it shows that you're making someone a priority, and it shows that you will work hard and that you wouldn't mind getting a little dirty for the benefit of the marriage. So that's why I feel like marriage, it needs a little more credit than everybody gives it. But hey, topic for another time. I'm not finna get into my own political view. Well, not political, but my own personal views. But let's get back to commitment. Have y'all ever realized the difference of the treatment you might give to your things versus someone else's? And I know we have some people out here that treats everybody's stuff just how they would treat their own. But we have a lot of people out here that treat their stuff a little better than they would treat somebody else's. For instance, when you were living at your mom's house, when you were living at home, you didn't really see when she yelled and started talking about, oh, clean my house. My house is so dirty, when it really didn't look dirty. You didn't understand it. You didn't really understand that concept until you got your own house with your own kids. And now you see the dust. You see the crumbs. And the sight of someone else flopping on your couch irked your nerves. And age wasn't the disconnect. Because you could say like, oh, I was young, I didn't really notice it. Or, my mom was older, so she had it. No. Let me tell you the difference. The difference was commitment. When you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into working your job, working long hours, or just working in general, and taking on all the responsibilities and paying them bills and getting that furniture, that's when your perspective changes and you start to shift and your attitude changes and your level of commitment grows. So when you have your own and you feel that peace and satisfaction and you just love your house, your things, your items, and your space, everything that comes with it changes. Because at that point, you are committed. And that is what we got to do when it comes to our purpose. Because like I said, once it's yours, once you put that hard work in, and once you take ownership of it, and once you receive the benefits, you're not just going to let anybody flop on your couch. You're not just going to let somebody eat something and have to dust the crumbs on the floor. You're going to be like, pick up the crumbs, get that dust, do this, do that. Because it's yours, because your level of commitment is higher. So that's what, that scenario, I need for y'all to really put it into work with your own purpose. You got to commit. And we have to make our purpose our priority. And we have to marry it. All that marriage talk was only to lead us here. You have to marry your purpose. You have to commit to it, and you have to agree to see it through. And yes, I get it. We all got commitment issues. Well, I don't, because I took the step. But some of us have commitment issues. But now it's time to dead them. Commitment is not bad or scary. Commitment just forces you to rise to the occasion. And at this point in our lives in 2023, in November, basically at the footsteps of 2024, we can't stay complacent. And we can't be lazy. And we can't cut corners. And we most definitely can't give up. So stop being scary. Stop being a coward and stop being afraid of commitment. Commitment is not some big scary monster that's going to eat you. Commitment is what you need to get to the next level. And for you to be successful and fulfill your purpose that God gave you, commitment is necessary. So marry your purpose and make it the cornerstone of your life. Right now, at this moment, commit to yourself and commit to the purpose. Decide right now that you will see it through. I need y'all to pledge right now, regardless of how hard it might be, how much you might want to quit. And if you don't know how to get to the next level or simply struggling where you're at, that you will continue down the path of fulfilling your purpose. Little side note. People commit to things that they love and care about. And if someone is avoiding commitment and acting as if it's impossible, just take that as a hint on how they truly feel about you. When someone is dedicated to you and want a sound future with you that they intend to see through, they move different and have no problems with committing to you. And what someone ain't willing to do, someone else will gladly do. Don't play yourself or sell yourself short. Okay? Okay. I'm really tired of our modern society that just glorifies toxicity and ultimately wants everyone alone, miserable, and living a life that they was never intended for. I'm going to say that again. Like in today's world, the way it's going with this hyper independence, with this toxicity, with all this BS that's going on in the world, it's only going to lead us to being alone and miserable and not living a life that was truly meant for us. So be okay with closing doors and ending chapters when they no longer serve you. And also be open to new things, people, and opportunities because they might all align with your God-given purpose. And that's all the preaching I'm going to do. I know y'all like, well, damn, Kenya, we get it. Y'all make the commitment to yourself and your purpose. And if others are not able to do the same for y'all, you know what to do. You know what to do. Because we got to commit. Commitment is very important. It is the first, I'm going to say it's the most important step. I know I said that last week, but I feel like commitment is really the driving force behind really fulfilling our purpose. Because I feel like it's easy for you to say, oh, this is my purpose. It's easy for you to make the plan, and it's so easy for you to make goals. But in order for you to really accomplish anything, you have to commit to it. And once you commit to something, nothing will stop you. So we have to really, really, really get that in our head. Okay? So I'm going to need for y'all to really start to commit. You got to commit. And I've been preaching so long, so I guess we just going to have to touch on discipline next week when we close out this series. We'll talk on discipline in the last final step next week because your girl, I feel like I done preached enough. I'm going to leave y'all alone. So, real quick, before we, end this, wrap this up. The Motherhood Panel, it is going to be something that I'm doing every Saturday at 6 p.m. on YouTube Live. So make sure y'all go follow the podcast on YouTube, Thugging It Out Podcast. Also, fathers, I am doing a segment where I'm going to have to give y'all a safe space as well because I am not biased. I am not just for the ladies. I am for all of us as a whole. And if you know any fathers or if you are a father and you're interested in schooling us ladies about the ins and outs of fatherhood or just need a space where you can vent and just be human and be heard, hit me up. Or tell a friend because I am planning a fatherhood panel and it will happen sometime in December. But ladies, for now, every week, for right now, we're going to get it in every Saturday on YouTube Live on our YouTube channel at Thugging It Out Podcast at 6 p.m. So if you want to be on a panel or you know another mother that want to be on a panel, hit me up so I can add you in and also be on the lookout for when the live start this upcoming Saturday at 6 p.m. I want y'all to have a wonderful week. Make sure that you go like, comment, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. And make sure you stop doing this dance with commitment and really commit this week. Right now. Make that pledge to you. Make that pledge to your goal. Make that pledge to your purpose. Because you have to commit. And commitment can go with any aspect of your life. You got to see it through. You got to decide. You got to agree to see your goals and your plans through. And I'm going to leave y'all here. This is the end of yet another episode. And I want y'all to remember to be grateful, be blessed, be thankful, but most importantly, keep thugging it out. Peace.